in YouTube.
What's going on, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? Mike Jimenez here with you for another edition of the Alamo City Sportscast, coming at you from the home of the Alamo, San Antonio, Texas, home of the UTSA Roadrunners, the San Antonio Spurs Coyote. Joe Garcia producing today's show. We're going to have double the Garcia today because Jeff Garcia of Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 will be on today at 10:30. So in about 15 minutes or so, we'll have Jeff Garcia talking about some... Oh, hear a little bit of an echo there.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, very cool. So again, our chat is open. If you want to take part in the show on the YouTube stream, people already reaching out. Dio saying happy birthday, brother. Mario Cavasso saying happy birthday, Mike, celebrating the whole week like the typical Mexican. That's right, baby. That's right. But I decided not to do that, man. I decided to take the day off. Went with my kids. We went to SeaWorld for a few hours. We went and had some breakfast. That was pretty nice. Brandon, Big Papi Medina did a fantastic job filling in. I was listening to the show, a little bit jealous, going to be honest with you. You know, you guys had some good conversations that I wanted to be a part of. But Brandon's a professional, man. He does a fantastic job. But had a great time. The roasting was kept to a minimum on Twitter yesterday from Spurs Twitter. So I don't know whether to say thank you or what to that. But then the roasting started towards the end of the night. Okay. During the day, you let me celebrate my birthday, number 47, you know, spend it with my family. We had dinner at my sister's house, an amazing brisket, by the way, that was cooked by a family friend. It's fantastic. You know, had the cupcakes and all that stuff. But I decided last night, I don't know, around 10 o'clock last night, that I was going to change my profile pic on Twitter. Now, the profile pic I had was of me earlier. The previous one was me laughing, laying down drunk. I was with Spernandez and Steph Mejia over at the Rocket La Cantera where the Spurs have their viewing parties. And it was dead of winter. I was bundled up. And I was laughing, and that was my last profile pic. I decided, if you want to show it on my screen here, I decided that I was going to use a different photo. And the amount of crap that I got for posting a photo of myself wearing a blazer, pulling a Jeff Garcia, and having a blazer on. It was just a blazer with a dress shirt. People gave me crap about this. So why, Joe? Why are people giving me crap about this particular photo?
Why not? I mean, you're putting yourself out there in the blazer.
Am I putting myself out there doing what? I'm just dressed up in a restaurant?
Yeah, but you know they're going to cook you no matter what. This is just more fuel for the fire. And I gave you a compliment. I said you look Marbach
nice. Yeah. And someone asked the question, is it Marbach 410 and Marbach, or is it 1604 Marbach?
Or
and
inside or outside the loop?
My answer to that question is there a difference?
There is. If you go by 1604 in Marbach, it's a little bit nicer down there. You're by 410 in Marbach.
A little bit nicer.
You're kind of on the fringes of the hood. If you go inside the loop, that's straight up hood right there.
You see, if you are on exit 7, 410, you're going to the
left or right.
You're going to that HEB over there, which is basically borderline Mexico.
You can go to La Fiesta.
Exactly. That's how you know you're in the hood. But if you're on Marbach and 1604, you're going to the Petranco Super HEB. That's your home base when it comes to it all. But yeah, I posted a nice little photo of myself. It's just me out and about. I was at a restaurant. I took this photo a few weeks ago, and people started bagging me on this one. They're just ragging on me about saying that I look like I was there for a business meeting, because you know what? This is how I dress up, baby. You make it sound like all I do is talk sports and pop culture and bad takes. No, I make money doing other things, and I like to go out and I like to dress up every once in a while. This weekend, I'll be dressing up a little bit because celebrating my birthday is going to continue. I'm that guy who's going to celebrate a birthday week. Going to be over at Pick's Bar on Saturday night. So if anyone wants to stop by,
nice.
Pick's Bar. Now, I asked Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, who again will be with us in a few minutes.
Do I have to wear a blazer?
No, you don't have to wear a blazer. Though I might wear that one. Although I got a new blue one the other day.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
So,
I like blue.
So I was asking the question about, where to have this birthday party. And it's kind of weird to throw your own birthday party, but I don't want it to be like a party. I just want to get together with my friends and it just be what it is.
Yeah.
But you go to a place like Pix, which I haven't been to in a while, but I've been there a few times before. It gets crowded. So you need to get a table. So now I have to ask the question, do I just reserve some tables or do I get a VIP table? And if I get a VIP table, what exactly comes with that? Does it come with a bottle? Does it come with just more seats? I mean, what exactly is it? Because the tables to reserve right now are $45 each, but to get a VIP table, it's $200. What is the extra $155 for?
I think it's a bottle. I think you get bottle service with that.
Now, if I get a bottle with it, all right. What bottle is that? Do we do tequila? Do we do some Crown? What do we do? What am I going to get for this $200?
You get a lot of Mexicanos together and you do tequila, dude.
Right.
That's truth serum right there.
So trying to figure out where to have this little get together. I wanted there to be live music. I'm transitioning in life right now. I'm going through a divorce and all that stuff, and that they'll be finalized this summer. It just is what it is. But I want to go out and be out and about because, married life and single life are two different things. Married life oftentimes is you're just stuck at home, not doing crap. But now that I don't have that attachment there, I want to go out. I want to listen to music. I want to be out and about. I want to be extroverted all over again. So I chose Pix Bar because they have live music, because they have pretty faces out there, and I wanted to go hang out. But I asked Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 if he'd want to come along, right? Jeff is one of my best friends. I would think that he'd say, wherever you're going, Jimenez, I'll go. That's what I thought he would say. Instead, he kind of was like, well, where is that? How far is that? Because he doesn't want to get beyond Southtown, dude. That's the crazy thing. Dio reaches out to us and says, we just waiting for that sus super comma MJ tweet to drop. Mario Cavasso saying I wasn't aware that Glamour Shots at Ingram Park Mall had reopened.
All right, we got El Jefe himself on standby.
So right now. So Jeff, I'm giving you some crap right now because again, my little birthday shindig is Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I mentioned the place I said where it was at, Pix on 1604, kind of near the I-10 area.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, oh, it's so far. Why are you so opposed to wishing me a happy birthday and going outside of Southtown?
Well, Jeff,
why are you so opposed to that?
In your defense, Jeff, I told Mike where you were living for the last couple of years, you didn't have to worry about having a vehicle to travel. You just get on the train, the subway, and you go from point A to point B really easy. San Antonio is a little different.
That it is, man. San Antonio is so spread out. I didn't realize how vast it is. But, hey, look, Jimenez, I called you to wish you a happy birthday. Gave you a birthday segment on Locked On Spurs. And I believe I paid for almost every time we've gone out. So I think your birthday was well in advance.
Wow.
I think you owe Jeff a bottle at this point.
I owe you still Buffalo Trace there, Joe. But
next week,
Jeff,
my birthday.
But Jeff, here's the thing, man. I just want you to drive out a little bit outside of your comfort zone, just a little bit. Just come out.
I never heard of this place before, though.
I know.
What is it?
It is
what type of bar is it?
It's a live music venue. People are typically dressed up. I'm not dressed up as in like they're in suits or anything like that.
Yeah.
But dressed up where, if you want to wear a nice shirt with some jeans or a blazer, kind of like that. The way that you normally dress. It's kind of like it's a little bit of a there's a wide range. You got the young hotties that are there, but then you also got those in the 30s and 40s. It goes from 21 to about 55 over there.
Why do I think it's a country bar? That's something about that. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Now, Chris Lehow reaches out to us in our YouTube stream. Says, Jefe only drinks the best of the best when it comes to liquor, and it needs to be served to him by models.
Is it a new place? I never heard of it.
Back in the day, I believe it was called Ivy Rooftop. And I used to party there a lot back in the day when I was single.
Is it not going to be a disaster? Remember when we almost went to 80s Rewind and we showed up? There was nothing but kids there.
Okay, first of all, can I talk about that night a little bit, or at least the PG-13 version of that night?
Oh my God!
We walked into that place. Jeff took 3 steps in and took 3 steps out. He had no desire to be at that place. Be kind, rewind.
I couldn't even hear you, Jimenez. I could not even understand a word. It was that loud and packed with nothing but little kids everywhere.
Okay. First of all, PIX is close enough to UTSA, so there are going to be people there who are young. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But the crowd there is actually pretty diverse when it comes to it all, because you see a lot of people in their 30s and 40s and 50s there. I know Jason Minix from San Antonio Sportscast will probably be there as well. And Minix goes there a lot with his wife. So, you know, there's a lot of everything, dude. There's a lot of everything. It's pretty people and live music and good drinks. So
you say white music?
Live music.
Oh, live music. I said white music. Okay, go ahead.
So the question is, they have tables there for $45 each, or you can get a VIP table for $210. That VIP table better have some alcohol on it.
It better, yeah.
What kind of?
What do you get? What do you said? There's 2 versions. There's a $45 one and a
$200.
There's a VIP table by the patio, and apparently the patio is where you want to be. Okay. Or you could have some tables inside that are not as expensive. You just reserve them by paying $45-$50 for each table. So my thing about it is that I don't know if I want to throw down $200 knowing that I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas next week.
Yeah, man.
And plus, 2 people might just like pop in and pop out, you know, say happy birthday to you and have a drink and then take off. So you go spend a lot of money for nothing.
Nick Matson reaches out to us and says, "Be kind and rewind."
Jeez.
Look at Midtown.
Midtown says, "I did say white music." That's not what I said. I said live music.
I thought you said white music. I know. I seriously, I wasn't trying to like bust your job. I seriously heard white music.
Jeff, look at what Chris Leja says. You know damn well that place Jimenez picks will not be playing any Mexican music.
And he spelled it with 2 S's.
Of course.
Not Mexican. Music.
It's too ethnic for
what kind of music do they play there?
I mean, it's everything. It's basically rock.
No Tejano?
Pop. No, I'm not going to go to that Tejano bar. Fuck that.
Oh,
here we go, man.
Here we go.
No. I just don't dig that music.
Emilio, Raulito.
No, I don't dig any of that shit. Don't dig any of it.
Come on.
Don't dig any of it.
For your birthday?
Don't dig any of it. Now, see the girls dance to it? See the girls dance to it?
Yeah,
it's fine. And I've danced to Tejano and I've danced to country music. I'm not the biggest country music fan either, but you know, if it takes me dancing with a girl, I will go do it. Right?
What, they want to dance to Tejano?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Do you know how to dance Tejano music, Jimenez?
Well, I mean, I basically 2-step to everything, dude. I mean, everything's a 2-step. Okay. Everything's a 2-step, and you can kind of go with that, you know.
Yeah,
and that's perfectly fine. I don't mind it. But the thing about it is that I just don't enjoy Tejano music. I don't. I never have. Growing up, cumbias are fine. Growing up back in the day, my dad would listen to KEDA 1540 AM, dude. And I
with the jalapeno symbol, remember?
Radio Jalapeno. Ahora in estéreo. I remember that freaking commercial. It's an earworm in my head for the rest of my life, right? My dad would drive his pickup truck. He called it Chula. It was a 1974 Chevy pickup truck. He had a KEDA jalapeno bumper sticker on there, along with an RC Cola bumper sticker. I don't remember them. But no, the thing about it is that I would hear that music all day long. And I just don't dig it, man.
I remember my aunt, she's the one who taught me how to Tejano dance.
Yeah.
And man, I can cut a rug, man. When it comes to Tejano music, watch out.
Oh my God.
Tejano. Tejano.
That might be the oldest reference you've ever made, Jeff. I can cut a rug.
Oh man.
At that box social, that hootenanny.
Oh,
yeah.
No, but
at the Sadie Hawkins dance.
But you know, certain Spanish music out there, you know, if you want to like listen to like Bad Bunny, you know, that's something that's
oh man, I don't like that shit, dude.
I mean,
I'm with Joe there. I'm with Joe.
But the girls go for it, dude. They go for it. I mean, there's different types of Spanish music out there. I mean, I know back in the day.
What's that other brother's name? Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma?
No.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay. But back in 20 years ago, you go Enrique, right? And that was pretty cool. I mean, I don't mind that type of Spanish music. But you want to give me, dude, if there's a squeeze box involved, chances are I'm not going to like it.
Look at this, Mario Cavazos. Pix Bar VIP table includes 12 bologna sandwiches and 12 Zimas.
Sold. Hey, Mario, you and your wife better be out there, but man, you better.
Zima.
Jonathan C says Jeff also makes whoopee.
Oh God, man! Remember they used to say that all the time on that dating show.
It was with Chuck Woolery.
Yes.
But what show was that?
It was a dating show. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
That was way
it
back.
It was a newlyweds game.
Newlyweds. That's right.
No.
He had another one.
It wasn't Chuck Woolery that said that. It was Eubanks.
Maybe.
Oh no, you're thinking of Hollywood Squares.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was one. There was an old TV show. I can't think of it, but he would always ask the question, when making whoopee?
Oh,
because apparently saying bumping uglies or
that was a newlyweds game.
Yeah,
that was a newlyweds game. That's what they were saying.
Chris Leha reaches out and says Jimenez's request for VIP tables is mimosas.
Oh, you better be ready.
Princess.
Tomorrow. You better be ready.
Oh, I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Sorry, I got a business trip tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be dressed up. Oh, dude, Jeff, my profile pic on Twitter. Why did I get crapped on that one for?
You saw my picture.
I didn't hear you. Say it again.
So I have a new profile pic on Twitter, and people were giving me crap about it.
Oh, because you look like you're trying to be GQ.
Literally just going out one night and took a photo.
Jeff, I told Jimenez that he looked Marbach nice.
Marbach nice. Hey, Jimenez, you should go Marbach nice for your birthday.
Yeah.
You know what? Like that one time, I had a birthday party and I wore a vest, and James Pledger from San Antonio Sports
You can't outdress James Pledger.
Well, Pledger was wearing a vest. I was wearing a vest, and we were #vesties, right?
Yeah.
I think we need the blazers, Jeff. You take a blazer. I'll take a blazer.
All right.
Black or blue? What are we doing? Navy blue or are we doing black?
I'm doing black, man. I always go with black.
All right, cool. I'll wear a black blazer.
But you got to go like Jeff.
We doing slacks or jeans?
I'm going. I'm gonna think about that one. Depends. I have an idea what I would wear.
Are we doing dress shoes or boots?
Dress shoes.
I might do. Well,
but you got to wear like a $300 T-shirt and then the blazer.
Yeah. Oh no.
How many?
me out.
How many? How many buttons down on the dress shirt? We're gonna pop the first one, or is the second button gonna be undone?
If you want to mimic Jeff, you got to go with the $300
and that's why I don't like the Honda music. I don't like wearing shirts with 3 buttons off. You know. Where it's buttoned down to the belly button. You know what I'm saying?
Do you like wearing those pullover sweaters? I noticed that about you.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Pullover sweater.
I mean, yeah, I suppose so.
You love it. Anything like the fleeces, pullover sweaters, those zipper fleeces. Jimenez will wear those every night.
Easy on, easy off. No, you know what I really like wearing? It's funny if you go to my closet and you look up like my long sleeve shirts.
Yeah,
they're all blue.
Really?
Like I've got about 15 dress shirts that are blue of some sort of thing. I mean, I dress like.
I'm the same way with my workout gear. I notice I have a lot of blue workout shirts.
Really?
Yeah.
Speaking of working out, dude, last night I felt gross. I ate last night. It was my birthday, so I had like a slice of cake. And,
you felt the arteries
and I had brisket for dinner, and I've been eating well, Jeff. Here's the thing: I've been eating relatively well. I'm still down 15 pounds, trying to break through that plateau. And I just felt off last night because I was like, man, I ate too much. And I wanted to go do something. So I called my nephew up, and I have that Planet Fitness card where you can bring a guest anytime.
Sweat it out, dude.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to go work out. So I went to go lift weights, and I did some cardio. And I went out there for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And I didn't get there till about 11:45.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out and it was already past 1 a.m.
That's good.
And I get home and I'm sweating, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and just chill out for a little bit, then take a shower. chill out for a little bit meant that I fell asleep, and I woke up this morning feeling nasty, dude. I fell asleep in a full-on sweaty shirt.
That's pretty gross.
Sweaty shorts and
cholas. You just take a shower fast and you're good.
You woke up smelling like swamp ass.
Oh, dude, I woke up and I was moist. It was like,
Jeff, don't say that word.
Get your boy.
It was just wet all around.
Not at all, man. Stop saying words like that.
Hey, you know what? Look at this, Jeff. Daniel Castro. He puts Jimenez is the type of guy to wear sweatpants and a dress shirt.
I've done that, dude. You know, my business Zooms. They only see the chest up.
I don't know if high school coaches still do this, but you remember back in the day, Jimenez and Joe were high school coaches wore those like sports shorts, but with the pullover shirt with a collar.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, the shorts that showed their balls for some reason.
They were like like these high school coaches, football coaches, would wear the tiniest shorts, but wear like a polo with a collar on it.
Yeah,
and the whistle,
the whistle,
the whistle with a little ball in it.
Yeah, and the hat.
So, Jeff, am I going to see you out there Saturday night?
I'll probably make an appearance.
Yeah. What I don't want to hear, Jeff, is I put it on my GPS and it says 36 minutes. That's what I'm going to hear.
No, I don't want.
That's what I'm going to hear.
I don't want to even look at the GPS if it's that freaking far, man.
I mean, it's just 35.
I might have to go scoop up Jeff, dude. And bring
Holy smokes! Are you messing with me? Is it really that far? Or are you just teasing me?
No, I think it's that far, dude.
It's pretty far, Jeff.
Yeah,
no lies, man.
You mean for real?
For real, Jeff. Not messing around.
Yeah. Hey, Jimenez, I'm gonna send Joe with some money, and he's gonna buy you a bunch of drinks on me. Have fun.
Oh, dude, no, you would do that, dude. You would do that. So
he'll FaceTime you.
I am going on my what's it called?
Wait. If it's 35 minutes, so it's outside of San Antonio?
No, it's in San Antonio. I'm looking at it right now. From Southtown to Pick's Bar, right now, it's 29 minutes.
Good freaking Lord, Jimenez.
It's basically the Palladium.
Yeah, it's not that bad by the rim and everything.
Yeah, it's maybe 5 minutes from the Rocket La Cantera down 16.
Well, I might be going to Austin, so that's why if I leave early.
No. You see, I need commitments, man. Like if I ask Joe right now, Joe, are you going to be there? Your answer is what?
I'll be there.
Dude, man, just like Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, just like Mariah Carey back in 1994, I'll be there.
You invite my boy Brandon Medina too?
Yeah. Oh, dude, Brandon throws down.
Dude, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
But Brandon, you see, Brandon and Jeff are kind of like Doc Graham in Field of Dreams. You know that scene where, you can't cross that barrier because if you cross that barrier, you become an old man.
Yeah.
All over again, and you can't return. Dude, that is Jeff and Brandon, man. They don't like going beyond Southside or downtown.
Oh man, Brandon will get you jacked up, bro.
Dude,
Brandon will rock. Yeah.
Brandon and I've gotten drunk a few times before.
I'll bet.
I know. I saw it. I've seen it before.
I've seen it.
Hey, Brandon's gonna be my DJ next Saturday for my birthday party.
Nice.
Here, I'm gonna have it here at my home. Gonna have a little backyard barbecue, and he's gonna be the DJ.
Yeah. I went to Joe's birthday a few years ago. It was pretty cool.
I was hanging out with all the Garcia clan. It was nothing but my cousins.
That was weird. That was so bizarre because it just happened that everybody with the last name of Garcia just gravitated to one side of Joe's backyard. And it wasn't until later in the night that everybody realized, wait a minute, everybody on this side of Joe's party is a Garcia, and it wasn't by design.
Yeah. It was just me and my cousins. It was a Garcia clan. Jeff fit right in. He didn't want to leave. He had to go do something. He didn't want to go. He's like, I'm hanging.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I had to go visit my cousins because they were having a party that same night. So
I like the fact that you're having an outdoor, party here at the house. I'm gonna have one at my house, probably in a couple of months, dude. May, sometime around there. MCS General Contracting, Chris Leha, they're gonna come out here and work on my backyard a bit. Once that's all done, dude, I'm good to go, baby. I got furniture coming in this week. I'm excited. Hey, let's talk what's going on.
They said John Williams says Jeff and Joe are primos.
Yeah.
We got the last name.
Probably somewhere along the line, man.
Somewhere along the line. Yep.
We're primos.
So let's talk a little bit about the Spurs real fast because the Spurs are no longer the San Antonio Spurs, at least not for this weekend. They've got a game March 15th, which is tomorrow. They've got a game on the 17th, so Friday and Sunday, over at the Moody Center in Austin. Do you know if this is sold out yet?
I don't know if it's sold out yet.
It's not sold out yet. I can tell you for a fact.
But I do know that this year's Austin games are bigger than last year. Okay, sure. Last year, they got rained out. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
But there was like a big storm that hit Texas, and it hit Austin, San Antonio, and they canceled a bunch of stuff. Well, this year they're doubling up on everything. I did a interview with the Spurs VP of Strategic Growth, Brandon James. He came on Locked On Spurs. He dropped a little hint. If basically anybody who's in Austin starting today, I guess, because the Spurs week starts today. If you're wearing Spurs gear out in downtown Austin or just around Austin, and if a Spurs rep sees you, they give you free stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And the person that might be giving it to you could be David Robinson.
This is all stuff that doesn't happen in San Antonio, which I find to be disgusting.
Yeah, they don't like us here, man. All they do is raise ticket prices.
You know what they do? They treat us like a cable company or a cell phone company where they give the deals to the new people. Yeah. But like if you've been there for
Are you a new customer?
You're a new customer. We'll roll out the red carpet, but if you've been here for a while, screw you.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm looking at the ticket prices right now. If you want to go to the Friday game against the Nuggets, you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg because the cheapest seats right now, according to Ticketmaster, on the resale, including the fees, is $140.
Yeah.
Good freaking Lord.
Now, if you want to go to the Brooklyn game on Sunday night, 6 p.m. tip-off, the cheapest seat that you can get in the house right now, which is section 207, row G, $73. That includes the fees.
Wow.
Now, I get it, man. I mean, you have Nikola Jokic. You've got a good team that's coming out here. I went last year to one of the games. I think they played Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. It was interesting watching that game over there at the Moody because I had to go see it for myself. I was really scared about the Spurs moving into Austin because I didn't like the way that it felt. But you go over there and I felt a lot more confident in the Spurs staying in San Antonio once I went to go see what happened over there. UT dominates the sports scene over there in Austin, and they're not going to let go of that. So the Spurs aren't moving to Austin or anything like that. But you take a look at a game over there, it's different. It's a different vibe. But everybody that's there, you could tell they don't have a team in Austin. Like there's no loyalty there to the Spurs, to the Rockets, to the Mavericks. The loyalty is to UT. And when I was over there, the only Spurs fans that I saw were people from San Antonio making their way up I-35 North. So I'm interested to see what's going to go on when it comes to the Spurs and over there and the reception that they get.
Austin probably loves the Spurs.
Be another good reception.
Austin loves the Spurs because a lot of Austinites, they actually come to the games here in San Antonio. They used to, remember, Jeff, was it a couple seasons ago? They had a helicopter pad that could fly you from Austin to the Frost Center.
Yep. They even had shuttle services.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they had a party bus too, I believe, that would pick you up at a bar over in Austin. They had an agreement here with the Frost Center, or was AT&T Center at the time, and it would drive you from that little bar all the way to San Antonio and drop you off right in the front.
I'm just looking at the schedule here, Jeff. The Spurs don't play on Saturday night, so there's no excuse for you not to be at my birthday shindig.
He might be in Austin.
Why?
He's going to cover the game.
There's no game on Saturday.
But
there is a game on Saturday. Austin Spurs.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, he might be in Austin starting on what? Maybe tomorrow, right?
Go check it on CD Sissoko.
Oh, man, my God, Jimenez, 35 minutes. That is ridiculous.
29, dude.
You said 35. You told me 35.
I joked that it was 35. I was guesstimating. It's 29. Dude, trying to get this guy to the Rue Pub, all he did is complain when he got there.
It's hard to get to places in San Antonio unless you got a car to drive, and Jeff doesn't like driving. He's used to the train, bro.
Because he lived in it was Brooklyn, right? Or it was Queens?
Queens.
You lived in Queens
on
for
the train.
so long. You get on the train. But you have to walk to the train. You have to get down the train.
No, I didn't. No, that's stop right there. You never visited me in New York.
Well, I have family in New York, so I've been there.
I lived right next to the train. Like it was about 2 blocks away.
Okay.
It was super convenient.
He could get anywhere he wanted to. Just get on the train. Boom, you're there.
Right. Okay. So I had family in Midtown East, and it was just one of those things where you'd have to walk a couple of blocks to get over there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's time and energy and effort to do that, dude. Just drive 29 minutes. Is it the gas prices? Is it the gas prices?
No, what it is I have a hectic weekend. It's the Austin events, my niece's / goddaughter's birthday, and then the game. And then, of course, got to do Locked On Spurs, ready for Monday. You know how it is.
He's got a full schedule.
Yeah, we're really testing the friendship this weekend.
Don't start with that, Jimenez. Every time we go out, who takes care of you?
We're testing the bounds of this friendship with Jeff.
Oh no! Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let me send you the bill for all the times you've gone out.
Do it, Jeff.
Hey,
do it.
Hey, it's not my mistake. I wasn't. What's it called? Walk into the car when the bill came out. You were like, hey, I got it. So you got it. I owe you though.
You do owe Jeff a lot.
I owe you. Midtown Texas says Jimenez just pulled out the friendship card.
Jeez, man. He's trying to guilt trip you.
That's all he's doing.
Trying to guilt trip. You know what, Jeff? I want to talk about this real quick because I know you got to go already.
Yeah, I got to go. Yeah.
But we had a little discussion yesterday going on. They were talking on the X. GoBots or Transformers? As kids, we had friends that played with both. I was more partial to Transformers. GoBots were kind of dinky and little, dude.
They were dinky. They were little. Yes, they were cheap. Although you fast forward to today, 3/14/2024, they are so valuable on the secondary market.
I bet
if you have GoBots, they go for some good money on the secondary market. But did you know they kept on with the story in comics, and they made it a lot. They made it a lot darker instead of like the cheery, quirky way it was on the cartoon. I'm talking brutal, and there's a comic series that I recommend everybody to read. It's called The Rise of Megatron. Really good, but in his working his way up the ladder to become the leader of the Decepticons, he was a gladiator. And one of the opponents he took down was Psykill. Not kidding. They incorporated Psykill into The Rise of Megatron, and he wrecks him. Just absolutely tears him apart. And so they kind of tipped the Transformer franchise tipped the hat to that because technically GoBots were first. Yeah. GoBots were first. Yeah.
Bear County Social Apparel. GoBots because I was poor.
You know what? And this is a discussion. This is a discussion legit that I had with Bear County Social yesterday because we're kind of talking back and forth yesterday because I was talking about nostalgia spots that we're going to use for today.
Yeah.
And we're going to use some of the footage that he had for some of the Spurs games. But the thing is, as a kid, Jeff, Transformers were maybe starting around $20, $25 back in the day. That's in the 80s. That's kind of pricey for a toy,
Yeah, they were pricey. Yeah,
they weren't cheap.
My mom would get discounts because she worked at South Park Mall, so she would get the employee discount. So she would bring me a few after the end of the week, but. I had a couple of GoBots. I wish I kept them. I had the shuttlecraft that turned into like a ATT walker. It looked like that. I had that. I had the first combiner of GoBots. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called. I remember the name Puzzlor. I kid you not. That was the name of Puzzlor.
Puzzlor.
And it was like a bunch of jets that turned into one big jet. I had that. But I go back and I wish I kept it. Because I'm telling you, you can either flip it for a lot of money or just the nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, but man, that was a throwback there discussion. I know Jimenez didn't even play with Transformers or GoBots. He doesn't know what the hell we're talking about.
I'm glazed over right now, dude. Like really.
You're what over?
I was like just falling asleep, just thinking about GoBots and Transformers and. Just my eyes.
Like, what did you do as a child, bro? Like,
I played sports.
I did too, but me and my cousins had GoBots and Transformers. We're always outside.
I would go to friends' houses and they would have their, toys, right? They'd have their what's it called, Star Wars, what was the Falcon, Millennium Falcon, or whatever that was, or they'd have their Transformers, and it's going to turn into this, that, and the other.
G.I. Joe, man.
I was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old looking at them going, really? This is what we're doing? This is what we're doing.
No,
it did nothing for me. And you go back even till this day, fantasy type movies, superhero movies do nothing for me. Nothing for me.
The thing about it, Jimenez, you've probably seen a movie recently and didn't even know that it was either based on a comic or anime.
No, because when you watch the movie, they put the big old Marvel or DC logos on there early on, and I don't know, man. I mean, it just does nothing for me. Just does nothing for me. Oppenheimer did nothing for me. But then again, what's a weird thing, man? I bagged on Oppenheimer all week long, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I had so many people reach out to me on text, Facebook, DMing me going, dude, Oppenheimer sucked, but I'm not going to say it because they don't want to they don't want to go out there and say it. It's this.
He needs to show the text or it didn't happen, Jeff.
Oh, I know.
I don't believe it.
But one of the ones that was my daughter, Gabby. Gabby was like, Dad, the worst part about me watching Oppenheimer was that I was at the theater and I couldn't leave. I was with friends and they drove. And she was like, this movie was awful.
It was good.
Yeah.
Dude, it was. And then Josh Peck is the one who's pushing the button. Josh Peck from Drake and Josh on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh God. Well, Jeff, I know your time with us is already coming to an end here because I know you got a meeting coming up. But
I got a meeting coming. But hey, new Lockdown Spurs just dropped this morning. It's with Hector Ledesma.
Oh, nice.
We spoke about the chase for a megastar to come to San Antonio. The idea is, do the Spurs have to swing for the fences to get a megastar, or just kind of pick a bunch of really good players to come? So think of it like this, guys. Your mom gives you $5 to go to Toys R Us. Okay, do you spend that $5 on one toy, or do you spend the $5 and spread it out and get a bunch of really good toys?
Clearance.
So that's kind of like the idea there. And then and then we have I have an article coming out in probably about 30-45 minutes. KensFly.com/Spurs. I spoke with Trey Jones and Blake Wesley. We're talking about the Austin games, what their thoughts are on it, and a message that Blake Wesley gave to me to give Spurs fans in Austin this weekend. So go check it out. That's coming up in about 30-45 minutes.
That is Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. Follow him at Jeff G Spurs Zone
guys,
on Twitter.
Okay, guys, I gotta go.
Jeff.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Talk to you later.
Okay, I like where he went with there. That's a good dovetail. This is something that I did want to talk about today. Do the Spurs need to go after a superstar? And over this past weekend, or this whole entire week with the NFL tampering period when it comes to getting free agents, what have we seen the Dallas Cowboys do? Nothing. Now they are in talks right now to get a linebacker. That's a pretty decent one right now. So they're making a little bit of noise, but the first couple of days they did nothing. And you saw teams like the Eagles get Saquon Barkley.
They got better.
Yeah, you saw teams like the Falcons go get Kirk Cousins.
The Texans, man.
The Texans went out and got Joe Mixon. They got Daniil Hunter. They got better, right?
A lot better.
You saw Aaron Jones go to the Vikings. So the Bears got better.
I even saw the Colts sign Flacco.
Yeah. So the thing about it is think about it. For those of you who are Cowboy fans, you're sitting there and watching a GM and an organization do nothing.
Jerry's on his yacht right now. He don't give a damn.
But isn't that exactly what the Spurs do? Nothing.
They do nothing in free agency, and they hope that what is it that saying goes? We like the team we have.
We like the team we have. And Jerry Jones is doing this pivot right now. I don't know if you saw the interview where he was like, oh, well, when I say that I'm all in, what I mean is that I'm all in on the guys that I already have.
All in, my ass.
Yeah. He's like, I'm all in the fact that I want to re-sign Micah Parsons. I want to re-sign Dak Prescott. I want to re-sign CeeDee Lamb, which I understand. But that's not all in. They are a worse team than they are what they were when they got bounced out of the playoffs.
They're going to be worse this season than they were last season, So I think it's going to become a realization for Cowboy fans about how bad this team is actually going to be this season.
And now that I think about it, think about this. By the way, Detroit's Dan Campbell got an extension to 2027 today.
They did the right thing.
So now that I think about it, if the Cowboys don't make the playoffs via division championship,
they're not going to win the division this year. I doubt it. Yeah.
Let's say that it goes to the Eagles, right? Because the Eagles are probably poised to be
better. Yeah,
Commanders have gotten better too.
I know.
They got Dan Quinn too, so interesting. Now I'm thinking about it. The Cowboys might be in jeopardy of not making the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
My team, the Saints, was 9-8, didn't make the playoffs. Winning record, did not make the playoffs. We've seen years where teams go 10-7, 10-6 when they were 16 games and not make the playoffs. The more I think about it, everyone is defaulting to, well, the Cowboys are still going to be good enough to make the playoffs.
10 wins, 11 wins.
I don't see it.
8 wins, maybe.
I don't see
8 wins, maybe. They're in danger right now of not even making the wild card, dude. They might be on the outside looking in. And I hope that happens because it'll force them to do something.
What are you going to do? Because at that point, you're going to have a quarterback making $60 million a year. You'd have Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb and be a team that doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to force them to do something. They're going to have to make a move in order to try to stay competitive. They could have done things this season because they did nothing. It's going to cost them in the long run because Jerry decided to go ahead and, extend both Dak and Zeke at a time where he could have just walked away and done something better. Went after a better caliber of quarterback, and he decided not to. Dak's my guy. Well, he made some bad decisions, and Jerry is notorious for going with what his heart wants versus what you need to do to make these strategic moves for the future of your team. Right now his back is against the wall. He really can't do much. They can't do nothing.
Dude, I kind of feel like the Cowboys can't do anything with Jerry Jones there anymore. And I also don't think the Spurs can do anything anymore with the shadow that is Greg Popovich. It's the exact same thing. And the Cowboys have agreed to terms with Eric Kendricks. For those of you who don't know, the announcement made within the past hour. Eric Kendricks is a 32-year-old linebacker. He played mostly with the Vikings from 2015 to 2022. Played with the Chargers last year, was first-team All-Pro back in 2019. Made his only Pro Bowl back in 2019. So, I mean, he's fine. He's experienced, but you're 32 years old. You're not fresh legs, you're not a fresh body. As Mario Cavasso says on our YouTube stream, Eric Kendrick is in his last leg.
I mean, he's getting up there in age.
Yeah, he's getting up there. I mean, he's not going to be as good as he was in the past, but this is a guy that has been starting games. He started 14 games last year for the Chargers. He started 17 the year before that. One thing that I do recognize of this guy is that he seems to be relatively healthy more years than not, getting 14, 15, 16 games per season. So, the best ability is availability. So the Cowboys get on the board. They get Eric Kendricks. But who have they lost, man? And that's the thing. They lost Tyler Biadasz, their center. They lost Tyron Smith, future Hall of Famer, left tackle. They've lost, they're bringing back Rico Dowdle, apparently.
They lost Pollard.
They lost Tony Pollard, though. They lost Dorrance Armstrong. They're losing talented players. And the question becomes, are they going to get enough in return? You lose a Dorrance Armstrong, is an Eric Kendricks really going to make a difference at that point? If you lose a Tyler Biadasz, who the hell is going to be center? Is it going to be somebody that you draft?
Or somebody from the practice squad?
Right.
I mean.
And it's Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
The receiving core is not that good. You have Rico Dowdle, Kevontae Turpin. I mean, all of these small players in the backfield.
Yeah. And you know what? People don't understand how important a center is, because a center does more than just hike the ball to your QB.
Right.
They're watching the defense. They're calling things out, They're letting everybody know, hey, what's coming, what they're seeing, And if you don't have that type of leader there on your line and you're bringing somebody that's not familiar with what's going on with let's say with the Cowboys playbook, and you got to learn all these things all over again. It takes time to build chemistry, man. And Cowboys right now, I think we've just seen a lot of these pieces leave, Mike. They're in danger, like you said, of being a pretty bad team this year.
Remember the circus that Dalton Schultz was talking about when it came to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Show my screen real fast. This is what the Cowboys executives are doing right now. They're doing promotional shoots with Kid Rock.
And Jerry's on a yacht, by the way. He's on his super yacht.
BloggingTheBoys.com saying that Stephen Jones was seeing a horse do multiple things throughout the process, position flex. It's a promotional event for PBR that's going to be going to AT&T Stadium. You take a look at this right here is symbolic of what the Cowboys are. The Cowboys are a brand. They're an entertainment company. They're not a Super Bowl winning team. They have changed over time. And, it's also reeks of nepotism with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and the rest of the Jones clan out there. It just reeks of that.
Yeah.
And as opposed to going out there and trying to get free agents or restructure deals, which, by the way, Dak's deal needs to be done by March 18th.
What did Patrick Mahomes do?
Took a pay cut.
$21 million.
Mm-hmm. But no, we had Stephen Jones talking to Kid Rock, the biggest poser of all time.
He ain't poor, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he never was poor.
His daddy's rich, bro. Come on.
This photo of Stephen Jones.
God, man.
Cowboys just suck, dude.
Cowboys are just, the Cowboys, the thing with them, they haven't had a winning culture for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's a circus show. It's all disorganized.
And 32 seconds ago, Blogging the Boys talking about the fact that A.J. Dillon, former Green Bay Packers running back, is apparently for an option for the Cowboys at running back. Would A.J. Dillon be the starting running back, or would it be a Rico Dowdle, or would it be by committee? The weird thing about A.J. Dillon, A.J. Dillon, I don't know if you know this, but he has what's considered to be the biggest thighs in all of the NFL.
Damn.
Tree trunks. I mean, the guy probably squats a car. Just tree trunks. But look at his stats. When he was a rookie, 5.3 yards per carry. Second year, 4.3. Third year, 4.1. Last year, career low, 3.4. What in the Zeke Elliott is this? That's exactly what Zeke does, right? Zeke, before he let him go, was constantly losing yards per carry year after year after year. And this guy, just 4 years into the NFL, is already on that path right there.
You know what they're good for? This guy and Zeke, like you were saying. You're at the
1 yard
fourth
line
and goal. You need 1 or 2 yards. Put him in,
I'm afraid to Google A.J. Dillon's thighs.
Oh, God.
Oh, look. Here's the photos.
Jeez,
Here's the photos. You see this?
Tree trunks, man.
Dude, he is known for having the biggest thighs in football.
Jeez.
Why can't he run fast? Because he's got like 9,000 pounds of thigh.
I don't think he's a sprinter. I think that's just built for power, dude, like a battering ram.
Yeah. Crazy, man. This is funny. By the way, speaking of Blogging the Boys, they have a good article, or actually not Blogging the Boys, it's John Machota talking about the fact that the police right now are investigating. It's Michael Gelkin actually saying 2 police investigations are now happening concurrently. Prosper Police, Prosper, Texas, investigating Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's claim that he was being extorted. And Dallas police are investigating a woman's claim that she was sexually assaulted in 2017. This is getting ugly.
It's going to get ugly. I think that's why he went ahead and was proactive and stepping ahead of it. But there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out.
Now, according to some reports out there, there's a reporter saying the Dallas police confirmed they're investigating claims of an alleged sexual assault involving Dak Prescott. The alleged victim, the complainant, said it occurred in a parking lot of a strip club at Ecstasy Cabaret back in 2017.
Where was this, in Dallas?
I'm assuming so. So I heard a conspiracy theory over the weekend, and I'm seeing it more and more on Twitter. And I don't know if you believe in it or not. The conspiracy theory is that, and maybe I shouldn't peddle conspiracy theories, but it's something that I heard. And I'm not saying that I believe in it, but weird things have happened, like whistleblowers just die.
Yeah.
You know, the belief is that what if all these claims of sexual assault are there as a smokescreen for the Cowboys to avoid paying Dak and trying to get out of the contract because of a morals clause?
I don't know, man. I don't think that's it. I just think it's coincidental. I mean, I just think it's a woman seeing an opportunity to make a buck, because eventually what happens with a lot of these lawsuits, they wind up settling out of court,
I think that Dak Prescott has done the right thing by getting ahead of it.
Yeah.
He didn't wait for the story to drop.
Yeah, he was proactive.
He wanted to be the one that narrates this whole thing and guides the media attention to it. Like, hey, heads up, guys. This is coming out. Heads up. Yeah. She said $100 million or I'll go away.
I'll sue.
Yeah.
He didn't want it to come out with TMZ or something like that,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he got ahead of it, and it's weird that he's going through that, but
I mean, what a time to go through that. He just finished having like a kid with his wife.
Right.
I mean, it's shitty timing, bro.
I don't believe it. And I'm not saying that for any other reason that Dak Prescott is the blandest person of all time. I have a hard time believing that he is just that guy. Now, Deshaun Watson, I believe from the get-go. Okay, but when it comes to Dak Prescott, I'm not sure. Now, speaking of Dak, did you see Stephen A. Smith yesterday go off on Dak's brother?
Why is he going off on the brother for, man?
Tad Prescott, Dak Prescott's brother, was pissed off that the Eagles got Saquon Barkley and tweeted, quote, "So if it wasn't clear already, it is now. The Eagles have the best front office in the NFL. Hashtag, how about them Cowboys?"
Oh, God.
This is the first time that he's done this. This is the first time he does this. He always goes after the Cowboys front office and talks shit. He has done this 3 or 4 times already. And it's always like the Cowboys aren't giving Dak enough help. It's always like victim. Like Dak is the victim of the situation. And Stephen A. Smith was coming out saying, dude, it's your brother who's going to be making $60 million, taking away 25% of the whole salary cap for the team. Maybe he's part of the problem.
Yeah, maybe he should restructure his contract.
Right. Mario Cavazos reaches out and says, conspiracy theory, it's Jerry's love child that is saying Dak sexually assaulted her.
Oh, God.
David Allwater saying that A.J. Dillon will be better on this team because the Green Bay Packers offensive line was crap. It was crap, but it was good enough to beat the Cowboys in the wild card.
Oh, man. Mario Cavazos is also saying A.J. Dillon is booty crumbs. Runs for 2 yards per play. They need to draft a catalytic type of running back in the draft.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that guy from the Texas Longhorns. The Cowboys would have to spend a second rounder on him.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man, to at least try to stay competitive in some manner. I mean, right now, the other teams in your division, they just got better.
I was looking at mock drafts, and I was looking at like the mock draft of who's expected to go in the 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round. Towards the 5th and 6th round, I saw a name out there that it was very I remember the name, and it made me feel ugly. It was Zachary Franklin.
Okay.
Zachary Franklin, freshman, sophomore, junior year, UTSA Roadrunner, star wide receiver. But next to his name, it didn't say UTSA. It said Mississippi State because he bounced from UTSA for his senior season over at Mississippi State. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I mean, I want to cheer for the guy, and I understand why he went to the SEC.
Yeah.
But when I saw his name and I saw Zachary Franklin, Mississippi State, I was like, ugh, it just felt ugly.
Got the chills. You're like, I go outside, oh, what a beautiful day, and you're watching a dog take a shit. You're like, oh.
So let's go into some entertainment news real fast.
You want to do the entertainment bump?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Then go ahead and get that. I know you vibe to that music.
I
too.
do. The baddie brackets have apparently pissed off a couple of people. Oh my goodness. Again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find out who we think as sports fans, listeners of this show, people who follow both me and Joe on Twitter, trying to find out who we think is the hottest female celebrity of 2024.
And it's not just us voting. It's not just men. There's women that are voting in the baddie bracket.
Yeah. And we're trying to get down to the Sweet 16 right now. We've done, I think we've done 5 of the 8 categories right now. And we're going to slowly get our way to the Sweet 16. It's going to be a March thing for us. It's in honor of March Madness.
It's getting tight, dude. And some of these celebrities who've made it on, it's going to get real now. It's going to be tough to cast your vote.
Now, here's some tweets that I got. People responding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So a guy that goes by the Frenchican says, quote, "Sorry, mate, but that's so degrading to judge women for what they look like. You need to go outside sometimes." I give him an eye roll gif. Texan GSG says, quote, "Judging females by their looks in 2024 is wild."
You know what? And how many followers do these guys have? Because if it's like 20 or
no,
50,
Frenchican has, I think, 3,000.
Okay. Because sometimes I can say they can be burner accounts, you know?
No, I didn't see them as burner accounts, and Texas GSG has almost 2,000.
Okay.
So the thing about it is this: shut the hell up. We're guys, dude.
Mind your business,
and then later on they responded back with, "This is just this just feels like it's the 80s. Some people are stuck in the 80s." Well, first of all, the 80s and 90s were badass. Okay. Secondly, guys are guys. We like looking at girls. Okay. We like talking about that. When we go to a bar, it doesn't matter if you're 20 years old, 30 years old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, you're talking about girls.
Talent is talent.
That's it.
You're at the bar with your boys and you see a beautiful woman pass by. You're not going to take a look.
Take a look. And we're talking about celebrities. And keep in mind, I even made this where it was no local celebrities, because people were asking me, "Hey, Michael, well, what about local media, like anchors and reporters?" And I was like, no, I know a lot, so we didn't do that. Also, if you keep in mind, if you had an OnlyFans, you were not in this list. If you were a porn star, you were not in this list. So we actually had some barriers as to this whole thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like
we have standards. We
had some standards. And these guys are like, "Oh, in 2024, you're talking about a woman's looks. Well, you want me to look into her soul?"
You know what's funny? We just had Carolina Teague on Tuesday. She
voted on it.
She voted.
She even brought up names.
Yes.
Have you thought about this person?
Stephanie Mejia voted, and they joke about it with us as well. Oh, we think this woman's beautiful. Oh, we're going to vote for her, but they vote for them for different reasons other than what we're just looking at, but it's funny how they think, oh, this is just, oh man, you all are dirty old men or whatever. We have women voting on this as well.
Lots of comments coming in about this. The top one, "As if these guys don't stare at beautiful women." Exactly. LOL. That's from Garrett.
Exactly.
Head of a fist. Restaurants exist for a reason.
Hey, no lies detected.
Right. D-Lo, it doesn't matter what you post, there's always someone who wants to argue about it.
It's true, man.
It's a plague across social media. Mario says those pansies took their mother to prom.
You know what? These are the same type of guys that pull up to the bar and say, "I would like to order a White Claw." Get the fuck out of here.
You know what's so funny?
Damn.
Is that I didn't know how to respond to these guys. Part of me was going to say, let's quote retweet and go to war with them, point them out.
Yeah.
Other part of me was there saying, well, maybe I'll make fun of them. I'll say, go get your seltzer and go drink in the corner. Right? Because you mentioned White Claw. That was exactly where I was going in my head. Go get a seltzer, go sit in the corner and play with your phone.
They go in the damn bar with their fucking Crocs and shit. And, they go in and they pull up to the bar and everybody there is drinking a beer. You're getting a pour of something.
Right.
I'll have a White Claw. What the fuck are you doing here?
And so instead, I used the GIF of Robert Downey Jr. doing the eye roll to both of them. That's the best that I could do, because it's so stupid. It is so stupid. Now, someone brought up restaurants. Dude, I remember back in the day, it was all about Hooters, right? Hooters was like the place to go to when I was in high school. I know you don't believe me, but when I was in college, I dated a Hooters waitress.
God, you dated a stripper. You dated a Hooters waitress. Oh God.
Now, the Hooters waitress, she was nice. She was really, really
was
nice.
She Marbach nice?
She went to Churchill, if I wasn't mistaken, when she went to high school. But I met her when I was at SAC, and she was taking classes over there. So I met her over there. So when I say we were dating, she wasn't never my girlfriend, but we went out a lot.
Hung out. Okay.
Well, she was hot. She was hot. She made so much money at Hooters. Now, mind you, this was 1997, and she was making about $70,000 a year over there. So that's like $150,000 in today's money.
Yeah.
And she was making that at Hooters. And she was a good-looking girl. But it was all about that place. I remember in the early 2000s, on Fredericksburg Road, they opened a place called Bikinis.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And my friends and I would call it Bikinis. We would pronounce it differently.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to go to Bikinis for lunch.
It didn't stay open long.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. But people finally came around to understanding what we were saying by Bikinis. They're like, you talking about bikinis?
Oh,
but it was funny. That was a good work joke for a while.
And they also had another place that wasn't too far away from there. I think it was on Fredericksburg Road, and they had another place called Quickie.
Yeah,
everybody could use a Quickie. Like, what the hell?
But now there's too much out there. I think that there's too many restaurants out there because there's only one good one now. That's Twin Peaks. Like, Twin Peaks is the ultimate restaurant. They have the best looking girls there. They have the good food. They've got the good alcohol, the good TVs.
Fridays are lit, dude.
Yes.
Bourbon and brews night.
You go there for NFL games. You go there for basketball. World Cup was lit over there.
Boxing, UFC.
Hooters, dude. I went to the Hooters over here on 151 and Petranco area on Hunt or whatever that is.
Yeah.
It feels like an airport bar.
The one right here, just down the street.
It feels like an airport bar.
Have you been there lately?
It's been a while.
The talent that they have
has improved.
Now. Wow.
Okay, they imported.
Wow, dude. Me and my friend went like 2 weeks ago or something. We're like, just on a whim, we're like, hey, let's go to the Hooters, and just go watch the fight.
What's that other one? Bombshells.
Bombshells is
awful, dude.
Awful.
And then Redneck one that was on Ingram.
Oh, they closed that one down. Yeah.
And then they had one on 410 and Ingram. What was that one called?
Ojos Locos?
No, Ojos Locos is on Bandera area.
Yeah.
Ojos Locos is, I mean, it's fun.
It's ratchet, bro.
But yeah, you're going to get stabbed. Shit going to go down in the parking lot. But no, there was one on 410 and Ingram back in the day. It was probably about 2 or 3 years ago. And that one was okay. But those were the strippers from the Palace that were going over there, or All-Stars, rest in peace, All-Stars, that would go over there, and they would go and wait tables there. But no, really right now, tier 1 is Twin Peaks. Tier 2 is probably Hooters, and everything else is just off.
Yeah, look at Hanover Fist says, I go to that Hooters for some of the games. The Hooters right here on 151, it's not bad, dude. It's nice. I like it.
So this is a good one here. The lone problem at Twin Peaks, according to Edmund Ortiz, is that if you want to go alone, the bar itself gets packed up fast.
It does. Groups
of 2 or more Twin Peaks customers, you have to get a booth or a table. Leave me that space at the bar, because if he wants to go by himself, he's like, hey, man, why is a table of 6 at the bar?
It's hard because once you get to the bar, you kind of you have to go make the round to go and look for an empty seat. But the thing is, if you want to get a seat at the bar, you got to arrive early. Sometimes, especially like on Fridays, you got to get there like at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Just to get situated for the happy hour.
I can't believe someone got pissed off about the baddie brackets.
They get mad for everything, dude.
You know what? I think they did that so that other girls would like them. You know what I'm saying?
And what? Who's going to like that?
I mean, be a man. Look at chicks. I don't get it.
We don't do that. Like, please, man.
That is 1980s type thoughts. Okay, first of all, when you go watch the movies, who's the biggest movie star in the world right now? or one of the biggest movie stars, current ones, new ones, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Is it because of her acting style?
No, come on.
She's a good actress,
Yeah.
but I mean, come on.
You're looking at the assets.
Yeah. When I was watching the Grammys a couple months ago, were they all dressed in trench coats? No.
Blazers.
Dua Lipa was looking sexy. Why? Because we like looking at sexy girls.
And they're going to talk about that. You know what the thing is? They talk about that on like Entertainment Tonight. They talk about that on TMZ.
What are you wearing?
The E channel, is it Entertainment Channel? You
Yeah.
know, they even show them. The celebrities come up to the guys and they interview them real quick before they go on further down the red carpet. And they're like, "Did you see the way she looked? Blah blah blah." And they enhanceuate, you know, what the actress was wearing and how beautiful she looked and whatnot. You know, and they even take pictures. I'm like, come on.
Now, one thing that I am upset with is that Casey Musgraves did not advance. She came
should have had
close.
Man. You should have had, I think, different sections. So you should have one for pop singers, I think, next year, and then some for country music. You know, maybe she would have had a better
Casey would have run through that one.
Yeah.
And I showed Casey Musgraves to a friend of mine because a lot of people don't know who she is.
Yeah,
she's like country music artist of the year back in like 2019.
But country music's like a little pop now, you know?
Yeah.
Pop country.
I've been listening to her new album. It is very good. And I wouldn't even call it country music. It's just really just meaningful, thoughtful music. But Casey Musgraves is an absolute nugget, by the way. And I have had people reach out to me on Twitter and in real life, come up to me and asking me something. And they see a girl, and I think Nugget is taking off.
Oh, God. Look at this one comment from Daniel Castro. Yeah, be a man. Look at chicks and not men's big thighs. He's cooking today. He's cooking.
Dude, that's what AJ Dillon's known for, man. You know, if you Google search AJ Dillon and then like it's trying to auto-populate the third word,
Jeez.
right? The third word is either going to be Packers or thighs.
Daniel Castro from Castro and Son Solar, shout out to him. He's like, I don't always cook, but when I do, it's pouring out like lava. Man,
that's brutal. So I am thinking, I'm going to Vegas next week. I leave Wednesday night, and it's funny because, you know, I'm going with a group and we're trying to figure out what to do. And I don't know if I want to go like all out when it comes to like the food, or if I
feel ugly again.
You know, well, what I mean by all out is like, you know, do I want to slum it and just do Fat Burger over there? You know,
Whataburger now,
or Whataburger, or am I gonna actually go out to a very nice restaurant? I think I'm leaning in that direction because you know you don't go to Vegas all the time.
Yeah, are you gonna hit up the shitty what is it the
buffet?
Buffets and stuff? I mean, that food isn't built for quality, it's quantity.
So I'm looking at this restaurant, the Venetian. I've had friends send me some TikToks and all that stuff. And I found one. I put a reservation down for it because, man, if you try to go to a restaurant on a Friday night there,
it's packed.
It is packed. You need to have a reservation. So I want to do the Sphere. That's going to be pretty cool. Want to bet on all the games for March Madness and get some parlays going. But my thing about it is that I just want to break even. If I come back home with the money that I took, break even,
good.
Go back again in May.
You come back with $200 more?
Yeah.
Hey, not bad.
I don't know how much to take though, man. I think gambling wise, I can't take less than $1,000 a day.
Yeah. I mean, at our age now, I mean, come on, we've worked hard. It's not like we don't have good jobs.
Right.
So you're going to go out, you're going to have fun. You know, you got to take at least a couple grand. I mean, you think about how much you're going to spend on Vegas on any given day. How much are you going to typically spend on gambling and how much you're going to spend on entertainment and food?
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at least the way we like to do things, $600, $800, $1,000.
You see, so what's funny about me getting divorced right now is that I'm getting divorced at a time when I actually paid off all my debt. Like I have no debt. I have my house. That's basically it. And it's funny because I told a friend the other day that my dating profile pic, if I ever go that route, is going to be my credit score.
Oh, God.
It's going to be, It's going to be my. I'm looking at it right now. My TransUnion 782.
You're gonna be. Look at this, ladies.
Look at this, ladies. Here's my profile pic. 782. You know what that means? Because I have no debt. But going to Vegas, I can spend some money. So this is going to be my year of trips. Yeah. And I'm going to do a bunch of weekend trips because I don't like doing the whole week long, 2 week long. I have some friends who go to like, Disney, or they go camping for a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm like, I can't be away from life, society, and work that long.
My wife likes going to Disney, dude, and I don't mind going, but after 2-3 days, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah.
I want to go home.
Take Friday off, leave on Thursday night, come back Sunday, 72-hour trip. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to Vegas this month. I'm going to go visit my daughter in Louisiana in April.
Yeah.
Okay. So she wants to go to a Killers concert.
Hey, that's a good band.
We've seen them together 4 times. It's our thing.
They're good, man.
But they're headlining the Jazz Fest in New Orleans. New Rolling Stones are also playing out there, and the Foo Fighters. But I think the night that she wants to go is the Killers. That's April. May, I want to go to that Lovers concert in Vegas.
What is it called?
Lovers and Friends.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
If I come back with my money from gambling, I'm just gonna put it towards Lovers and Friends for that show.
Buy a couple tickets and take some buddies. Yeah.
June, take my kids someplace, whether it be, a water park or whatever, someplace. Great Wolf Lodge in Dallas. July, I'd like to go to Nashville and just go listen to some country music, dude. Just go have a vibe out there. August, go to California, hang out with my cousins.
Yeah.
Just family time, go fishing.
Not bad, dude. I mean, that's a good plan.
September, go to an LSU football game. October, go to a Saints game. I think I got it all mapped up in my head.
Yeah.
Now, I have family members who want to go on a cruise.
I want to go on a cruise in December, bro.
But, they want to go on like a 7-9 day cruise. And I'm like, no, dude.
You would take the 3 or 4 day tour around Mexico?
They're actually going from Seattle to Alaska.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. It's going to be too damn cold for one. What are you going to do?
Hand of a Fist has a really good comment there saying, make some bets and use the winnings for good meals. If you lose, then Fat Burger it is.
You still win with Fat Burger.
I've taken a limo in Vegas before. They have a thing called VIP limo.
Really?
And VIP limo, check this out. I think it's great entertainment. You can get 8 to 10 people in there. It's $200 $200.
Divided by 8 people.
Divided by 8 people is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that includes an hour and a half up and down the strip in the limo. They'll take you to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, take you downtown, hour and a half driving around, right? Comes with a bottle of champagne.
Nice.
And it comes with a bottle of booze and the sodas and all that stuff. They'll go to Specs and they'll buy it for you. So basically it's $150, but if you want a bottle, it's like $50.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, dude. Yeah. 8 people can spend more than $200 in a casino.
Yeah, and you're not driving.
You're not driving. Just going up and down the strip.
Take a group picture in front of the freaking sign.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited. But I'm going to be out tomorrow. I might drop in as far as do a segment or so over the phone.
Yeah.
So if you want to send me a StreamYard, I can do that.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to tell you before we go, can you go ahead and go to my profile? I know you can bring it up.
Yeah.
And I was going to look at show them some videos that our boy Chris Leha had posted. And also I saw this on Bear County Social Apparel's Twitter, and I retweeted it. They're going to see some pictures of Tim Duncan, dude, some video that should I say. And it's a time that they were showing that Tim Duncan had a putback dunk against the Grizzlies. And in that game, Timmy had like 23 points, 13 rebounds,
Yeah.
And Steve Smith at the time, when he was with the Spurs, he scored 19 points. San Antonio's win over the Grizzlies at the time was 98 to 84. I don't know if you see it on my profile.
I do. I have it up.
So that's cool, man. Just like little bits of nostalgia like that, of the days of old, when the Spurs were actually good.
Timmy was
winning games.
Timmy was so smooth, man.
He was, man. If you go up a little bit, you see a
commercial.
The commercial with
Kobe.
Timmy and Kobe when Timmy was a rookie, man. That's like that was pretty cool to see that, Timmy sporting the gold chain. I like it, dude. This is a little bit of nostalgia because it is Throwback Thursday, man. But I just thought we'd share some of that with the fans, that way they can look back on what was and hopefully what will be in the next couple of seasons again.
Well, hopefully it'll be part of the show tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be in Corpus Christi tomorrow, not doing any spring break activities. I have a lot of clients in that area, and I got a new one who wants to sign up. So Daddy's got to pay for the mortgage. So I will be out there, but I should be good for a segment or two.
Yeah, I'll probably bring Brandon back in.
Very cool.
I'll hit him up.
Everyone have a fantastic day out there. Enjoy the rest of spring break. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, thank you for hit the like button on the way out, by the way. And if you want to buy us a drink, buy us a coffee, QR code top left.
Oh, before I forget too, I got to go ahead and play Jeff Garcia's little bump here.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and support our boy Jeff Garcia. Let me go ahead and get his little thing. His little Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@LockedOnSpurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Hey, before we go, ESPN is reporting right now that the NFL is looking into potential tampering violations by the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons when it comes to the signings of Saquon Barkley to the Eagles and Kirk Cousins, the quarterback, to the Atlanta Falcons. I had read earlier today that the incident involving the Eagles was whether or not the GM spoke directly to Saquon Barkley during the legal tampering period. During the legal tampering period, you can't speak to the player. You can speak to their people, their agents, but you can't speak to the player. And there's a belief that the GM of the Eagles may have broken some rules to get Saquon Barkley over. Again, according to Adam Schefter of ESPN, head coach Dan Campbell and GM Brad Holmes of the Detroit Lions have been extended through the 2027 season. The Bengals are bringing back safety Von Bell, and the Cowboys are making a move, getting a linebacker, but nothing too exciting for the Cowboys right now.
Nah.
We'll be back tomorrow. This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from San Antonio. Everyone have a safe day and enjoy the rest of the spring break week. Talk to y'all guys soon.